DeMeco Ryans is the head coach of the Houston Texans, and I think he had some very wise words about how little the year before matters in the NFL in an interview that he did with the insiders of the NFL Network.
And what I love about the NFL is, like, it doesn't matter what happened last year. Like, you get to hit reset.
Yeah.
And that's, like, to start back from ground zero. I love that, right? Going back to our day one fundamentals, installs, like, and seeing guys truly grow and seeing how far we can get before the Hall of Fame game, right? See our young players get better, right, and compete against each other. That's what I enjoy most. I still enjoy, and it comes back to the Senior Bowl, I still enjoy the growth and development of young players. All right, that's what gets me going. That's why I enjoy coaching, is to just have some type of imprint on those guys to help them to go and achieve whatever they want to achieve in their career.
So basically, DeMeco Ryans is saying that last year didn't matter. And I think a lot of people that hear that at first, you would probably get a little annoyed because you want last year to matter for the Houston Texans. But he is right. Fourth toughest schedule in the NFL. Totally different roster. A better roster, we think, on paper.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this mindset. Last year doesn't matter at all. You are on to the next year every single year. And for, I think, the both of us, Joe, there's been so much hype for the Texans this offseason. Even though we agree with a lot of the hype, it's starting to get to a point where, as someone who doesn't take compliments well, I don't know how you feel about that, I'm getting a little bit self-conscious.
Well, I don't have an issue with the compliments, but he is right. Where last year just doesn't matter. I don't at this point, I don't care anymore about last year. What we're talking about is what we see on paper, what people believe this team is going to be, what we believe this team is going to be, and these are the expectations that have changed for the Texans. Is we expect them to go to the playoffs to win at least. I expect them to win at least 2 playoff games this year. I don't care about last year.
AFC Championship game.
Like I don't care about last year. I don't anymore. It was a fun season, but like the Kansas City Chiefs, the last time they're going to care about last year is when they do their big celebration when they play the Ravens in week 1. That's it. All that matters is the next year in sports. It's why the back of the baseball card stuff was always so stupid that Jeff Bagwell and the Astros would try to pass off on us, because it just doesn't matter. What matters is what you're doing now, what you're doing for the future, and if you're going to win a championship this year. You look at the Patriots, the Warriors, the Bulls, all these teams, the Celtics that have won multiple championships in sports. They don't just talk about the last championship all the time. I don't care about a playoff win versus Joe Flacco anymore. It's over.
And the best playoff victory?
It's the next one.
You're learning fast, my friend.
I know I have a lot to learn about playoff victories still, as do most Houston fans besides Astros fans.
You just have to consistently have the mindset that the next one is better. Now, a lot of people would say that, Paul, you've been saying that about your dating life for your entire life, and you've never been in a relationship past 5 months, which is true. But listen, I'm on to the next one. And then maybe the next one after that. And then maybe the next one after that. And you might think you're running out of options because your mother told you that in a passive-aggressive kind of way because your sister just had her second grandkid. This is really getting specific.
Yes.
But ultimately, the next one is all that matters.
Doing another beer, Paul?
Might need to get the Pendleton in here now.
My sources tell me that in a promo closet not too far down the hall is some warm beer. It's not cold beer. But we want to throw it in the freezer, so maybe by 2:30 we get some cold beers. Just don't forget it. You ever do that?
I've never forgotten.
I have. Blows up.
Yeah.
Oh, it blows up.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that. I was curious. I figured it was just frozen and then you can drink it.
No, because it's carbonated.
No, it blew up. It blew up in the freezer. It was not great. But you know what? Hey,
do you put alcohol in your freezer? Some people do. I do not. I
probably depends on the alcohol.
What alcohol would you put in there?
Our tequila's in the freezer.
Ooh. Naughty boy.
But like, I have like a bottle of gin and a bottle of vodka. Those are not in the freezer.
Okay.
So, I guess in our house it's more what my wife drinks versus what I drink. Because she would drink tequila over me for the most part.
Gotcha. Okay. I do like this element when you're making a cocktail. I like that when the room temperature alcohol, when it mixes with the ice when you're doing the shaking, it melts some of it. So there's a little bit of water. You are watering it down a little bit when you're doing that. Mm-hmm. I suppose that I would have the strongest of drinks if I just skip the process of putting ice in the drink at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big ice guy in my drink. I don't do a lot of the like neat drinks.
You don't?
No, it's not for me.
You just rip shots?
I'll either just rip a shot or it's like a mixed drink.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't just do like just whiskey.
That's really the only one that I do that for. I've occasionally done it. If it's a really good tequila, I'll do a really good tequila neat, and I'll just sip on it.
Really?
Yeah, I love tequila. Tequila's the one liquor that I can do to the point where there's no danger of me feeling sick.
Okay.
Which is crazy because I think for most people, tequila is the
opposite.
It's the opposite.
Worst
It's
worst.
literally. I think we talked about it on Saturday. Joe and I talked about it at La Berge.
Oh yeah.
It's just like nope. No
we were
go.
just ripping vodka Sprites.
Yeah.
Pretty much the whole night.
Since it is
Making money.
the eve of the 4th of July and we're having some fun today, what is the most American drink? The most American drink. I imagine we're gonna get a lot of whiskey and bourbons.
Heck, a lot of people would say beer.
Yeah, but beer's technically German / Czechoslovakian. Like that's from the old world.
Yeah,
I think bourbon then.
Bourbon's got to be up there. Because I would say I think bad beer.
Yeah, light beer.
Yeah. Like the first thing I thought of was Pabst Blue Ribbon. PBR. Like that to me is like maybe it's because it's red, white, and blue. But like that was like the first thing that popped in my head when you asked the question.
Bourbon originated in Kentucky in the late 1700s. The first recorded distillery in the area was in 1783. It's likely settlers had been making corn whiskey for a decade before that. European immigrants brought their knowledge of whiskey distillation from the old world to Kentucky, where the state's unique climate and landscape helped create a special kind of whiskey. The limestone bedrock filters iron out of the water, creating mineral-rich water table that improves the fermentation process. The fertile soil was ideal for growing corn. So yeah, bourbon's got to be the most American drink.
I was thinking because that's like uniquely American, and it's not like it's not a drink that people hate either.
Now, to me, to be sometimes truly American, you need to take what other people did in other countries
And make it better.
Pizza.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Thai pizza.
Yeah,
Oof,
it is
gross.
We are pizza people now. We are the pizza.
We took that, remixed it, made it better.
So does beer not fall into that category? That we've made beer better?
I don't think we've made beer better though. I mean, we now with the craft beers and stuff, it's getting better.
Yeah.
But we sucked for a while, and we have slowly improved our process.
I think we made the beer experience better by having light beer to where it's like, hey, you can drink 15 of these.
Yeah.
Instead of 3 Guinness and your stomach explodes.
We have better beer commercials.
That's true.
But
Marketing. We've won.
So there you go.
Text line here says Jack and Coke. Whiskey sour.
Yeah, that is a nice blend of two American.
I was gonna say if you're going for like an American cocktail, I think that is.
Yeah, Jack and Coke is pretty good. Texas tea, bourbon, whiskey, and tea. It's very American.
No, tea is not American.
It's not.
We stopped drinking tea during
literally
the
threw
revolution.
it in the ocean.
We stopped drinking tea in the revolution as protest and started doing our own things as little mini forms of protest. Coffee was something that took off actually in the American Revolution because we stopped drinking tea.
Is iced tea American? Not the actor.
Well,
but,
of course,
the
iced
drink.
tea. Sean, whenever I'm on my back porch sipping my iced tea while in my rocking chair, thinking about all the good times I've had in my life. Yes, that's very American.
I was going to say espresso martini, but after a quick Google search, made by a Brit. It felt like
Yeah.
a very American thing to do.
Yeah, 100%. Anyway, it's Gallant at George. ESPN at 97.5, 92.5, 713-780-3776 to call to text. Someone texted Toby Keith sucks for ratting Willie Nelson out for having weed on his bus. I didn't know that was the case. Sean's holding up his hand.
We have an update from Nola Jason.
What's that?
He said he's from New Orleans, hence Nola Jason. He said that the cocktail, just the idea of a cocktail, was invented in New Orleans.
Wow.
So every cocktail is an American drink.
Okay.
Okay. Well, how about
Interesting.
that, Joe? You're more American than me.
Fancy.